right, we back at it. TOLPcast.com. It's your boy J-Lip. You already know who I am. You know what this is. TOLPcast.com. It ain't no Facebook Live no more. It's TOLPcast.com. That's the home where all the shits is shitting. So with that being said, thank you for joining us this evening, whenever you're listening to it, maybe in the morning, the afternoon, whatever. I don't give a damn as long as you here with us and you share in this experience. Thank you, Mrs.LIP, for joining us this evening.
Always.
Thank you very much for my brother C. Smith, for joining us this evening.
What's going on, man?
All right. Shit. Well, we about to get to it. So, with that being said, what's going on? All right. So, we talked about what we're going to talk about tonight, which, insert sound effect here, but it's the 100th episode. These are my people. This is my brother. This is my wife. This is me. Nigga, this is the 100th episode of Thinking Out Loud podcast. Nigga, we done did this shit for so long to bring y'all what we need y'all to have. And so, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for supporting. I want to thank anybody who clicked accidentally and then backed out quickly. Fuck you and thank you. Because I needed those links, I needed those clicks and those views. So, with that being said, let's jump straight into the shit because time is limited. And why is time limited? Everybody always asks, why is time limited, Lip? Time is limited because Mrs.LIP has a podcast that she does every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on her Facebook Live now. And she does her thing. Tony, tell them about it.
So I have a Facebook group called TOIC Makers where we focus on handmade design and small business growth. So tonight we're continuing our series on blogging for beginners.
All right. I appreciate you with your, disclosure of your honesty with that. That was very eye-opening. We didn't know. Smith, what you got going on, baby? Because you are the music producer exclusive to the podcast. So with that being said, let them know what they need to know, how to get at you about this crack that they heard at the beginning and the crack cocaine that they're going to get at the end.
Cocaine.
That cocaine.
But yeah, you could, well, you ain't gonna get my music off social media. We would have to, exchange contacts, through DM, through Instagram or Snapchat, which is TheyCSmith, one word, THEY, the letter C, Smith. Facebook, my real name, which I will not disclose, but if you want to get at those outlets,
I'll say your real name, James Witherspoon. Look up James Witherspoon. That's who we speaking to right now, James Witherspoon.
That's my government.
Exactly. So,
unfortunately.
With that being said, again, I want to thank y'all both. This is the 100th episode. I got so much noise that's going to go on in the background. I'll probably throw some fireworks in there too. Maybe some horns and some trumpets. Maybe some farts and some shits. But regardless, let's get to it. So, Grammys. We just had the Grammys. What can I say? Basically, what did I see? I saw what I expected, which was some bullshit.
Did you watch it?
Yes, we both watched it.
We did watch it.
Yes, we watched the entire Grammys. So
no, we didn't watch the whole thing.
Why you gotta call us out on public television?
I never watched the Grammys.
Why not?
Because it's only 10% of the show is about us.
Okay.
So I never got into it. I think the last time I watched it was when T.I. Paper Trail album was out and they did Swagger Like Us.
Okay.
That's probably the last time I watched it.
Okay.
But I do watch all the performances on YouTube.
And Mrs.LIP, did you watch it?
Did watch it. It was an interesting evening. Not many surprises, but I think overall it's a pretty entertaining show. I think more than anything, I noticed who's not there and who isn't there to accept their awards or who doesn't get panned to by the camera. Just goes to show the platform of music is changing so much. And I think it also speaks to I don't know, the arbitrariness of these award shows and like how it really only matters to the people that show up.
Okay, so if you don't show up, do you deserve a? I was gonna say deserve a reward. Do you deserve an award?
I mean, if you're nominated and you win, sure, you deserve it. But I think the people who decide not to show up are basically saying how much they either don't care about the Grammys, like maybe they've risen above it or they've had their moment at the Grammys. And then there's also some people who just never win Grammys, so they don't go because, like,
Okay.
why?
So it's almost like the Ice Cube Doughboy theory. Either they don't show, don't know, or don't care about what's going on in the hood. That's what you're saying?
I guess so. I guess.
Yeah. Okay. With that being said, go ahead, Smith. Speak on it.
You got mixed feelings about, award shows, and people only come when they think they're going to win or they're nominated.
Yeah.
And you just come out for the culture. Like, we get together, 3 big award shows a year. Got the Billboards, the Grammys, and BET Awards. And I think you should all come to everything. Like, support the new people. Like, even if you're not there for yourself, be there for the new and upcoming people. You shouldn't just be there for yourself. So I feel as though even if you're not nominated or you think you're going to lose or you don't care, you still should show support for the other people.
I agree with you. I think both of those last statements are one and the same. You don't care because you're not going to win. And you're not going to win because you don't care. So,
well, what does it say that Childish Gambino won for Song of the Year and he wasn't there? Like, clearly he didn't expect to win on this platform. That's my personal thought. That's my conspiracy theory.
That's a good point.
So he didn't show up.
Say it again, Smith.
Is there a reason why? We don't know.
Not that we know of, but that was my guess. He was the only person who won that I saw who wasn't there. So, especially for winning for This Is America for Song of the Year, like, I didn't even expect
and
him
that's
to win.
crazy.
I didn't know he was nominated.
Yeah, to me, that was crazy because This Is America is basically an ode to this is how it feels like to be a nigga in America.
Song.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much. For
that to win Song of the Year at the Grammys, like,
and the first rap song to ever do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
With that being said, you said the first rap song to do that. What do you mean by do what? Like to bring that to the forefront?
Song of the Year.
But I'm saying like the content of the song. You're saying that's the first song that can bring that content?
I'm saying it's the first rap song ever to win Song of the Year.
At the Grammys.
At the Grammys, period. That's a fact.
Okay.
I didn't even know that. I was like, out of all the songs we made, I would think something would have won.
Right, you would think so.
But no, just like Cardi B was the first. What she win? Rap Album of the Year?
First woman to win Rap Album of the Year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that a celebration though? With the Cardi B situation?
Absolutely.
Her whole career is a success. It should be celebrated.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't see why you wouldn't. Why wouldn't you?
No, why is it a celebration?
Because she's the first to do what she's done in this era, period. She's the first woman to do a lot of things. Like Nicki Minaj.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's the first to do a lot of things.
Nicki Minaj been out for 10 years, never won a Grammy.
She never deserved one.
She could have
won. And that's why Cardi's coming through being the first and trailblazing this because, for whatever reason, Cardi's got...
Well, hold on, babe. Hold on. So Smith is saying she deserved one. So what album deserved one?
Of whose?
No, I said Cardi B.
Oh, I'm sorry. So are we clear? Are we in agreement that Nicki has not deserved a Grammy?
She could have won some songs,
But has she made content that deserved a Grammy for an album?
You can say that about a lot of people.
I'm not asking nigga about a lot of people. I'm asking you about Nicki Minaj. Has Nicki Minaj made an album that deserves... Hold on. Has Nicki Minaj made an album that deserved a Grammy as Best Hip Hop?
It don't have to be the album. It could be a song that she's on. period. She's been on plenty of hot songs.
I think we're all saying that Nicki Minaj has not had a full body of work that deserved a Grammy, but she's at least made a few good songs.
Okay, I can fuck with that. Okay, I fuck with that.
I'm not saying her albums are great.
Okay, right. So I agree with that. I fuck with that. I'm riding. So we riding on the fact that Nicki has made some songs that we can say were potentially Grammy worthy of a single, like best hip hop single of the year.
Perhaps
whatever the titles are.
It ain't a fucking title because I don't think it's a category. Best hip hop single,
like best hip hop song of the year, something like that. Something.
They got different categories like best duo on the track, like
yeah.
Shit like that. I don't know. She's been collaborated on many of tracks, like
okay. So
she could have won a collaboration song of the year, rap song of the year. She did pop.
I feel like y'all caping for Nicki right now. Y'all sound like
barbs.
I'm telling you, y'all some barbs right now.
No, not at all.
A lot of people, there's a lot of people that want Grammys that raise my eyebrows. I'm like, how? How 50 Cent didn't win rap album of the year?
50 Cent didn't. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre.
Exactly.
So it's not a negative to put yourself. But to me, it's not a negative to put yourself into the category of I didn't get a Grammy. Like to me, that doesn't not make you great. But why do we see so much of our people saying Oscars so white, Grammys so white, and then all of a sudden you get this, what I feel is the epitome of here's what white America is going to tell us is the face of hip hop. That's Cardi B, a woman who went from stripping and hustling her body to making it as a ratchet chick on social media and getting on to reality television and then matriculating that same energy into her songs. Like to me, that is the epitome of what white America is trying to tell us, that this is what we think or this is what we want to be the face of hip hop.
No. That's too basic. That is overlooking so much more. Like I'm not a super huge Cardi B fan, but I can recognize and appreciate the work that she's put in to get where she's at. Like if you look at Cardi's ascension to where she is musically, like not only is she just personally one of the most relatable people, super honest, really straightforward. Like people can appreciate Cardi because she pulls no punches. She don't act like all this stuff is happening behind the scenes that don't nobody know about. She tells you everything about her, so people can relate to her and they appreciate that in their artists. And you don't get that from somebody like Nicki.
Yeah, she's very transparent.
Yeah, completely. And even if you don't love her music, you can at least appreciate the work that she's put into it. Correct. And the way that she connects with her fans and her fan base.
She bounced back after having a baby. She could have just been like,
so I like two words that y'all said: connect and bounce back. We saw both of those with the video Twerk. So with Cardi B doing the video Twerk, she was both connecting ass cheeks with City Girls and she was bouncing back.
What's wrong with dance then?
What's wrong with dance?
I just feel like you're minimizing this situation. It's a culmination of all that Cardi does. And it doesn't have to do with what white America is trying to say is the best that we have when it comes to hip hop. I don't.
But who controls the Grammys, though?
But
no, I understand that, but I don't think people like Cardi.
Don't say you understand it. Who controls the Grammys?
The music industry.
No, who controls the Grammys? I think Smith just said it. White people.
Okay.
So shit.
Well, I'm saying.
I think you're filling in your own blanks here, Mr. Lipsy.
Look,
white people control
the full name. God damn.
All of entertainment, like they are the gatekeepers of every fucking thing. So that's a given. We don't need to even say that anymore. Like, there's more white people than black people anyway. So I don't know why y'all keep bringing that up.
What you mean, y'all keep bringing that up? What you?
Y'all bring up.
Think out loud, nigga. Say what you gotta say.
Y'all bring up white America and all this other shit. We've been knowing about the Grammys. Cardi B not the first chick to talk about sex and showing her body off doing rap music. It's been going on since the early 90s with Salt and Pepper, Little Kim, Foxy Brown. The list goes on. So I don't know why you act like this is something new and profound. Like that's been done before. She just so happened to just.
I refuse to believe that y'all believe that Cardi B had the best. Nigga, I'm about to tell you. I refuse to believe that y'all believe that Cardi B had the best album of the year from a hip hop perspective. I refuse to believe that y'all believe that.
Did she have more hits than everybody?
I don't know what you mean by hits. What
you do know what by hits?
Don't act
like you don't know. Yes,
she had more success with her album than anybody on that list.
And even outside of
and she did it without going on tour. She was pregnant. So imagine if she had a world tour that year. That would have took you even higher. She even going on tour. Like, she ain't been on tour yet. She been just doing shows for like big events. So imagine if she wasn't pregnant. Yeah. Well, it took her to even a higher level than what she at now.
Well, clearly I'm outnumbered at this point. Y'all gonna jump on my head.
You gotta give Cardi her props. It's people like you.
I'm giving her props, and it's not
Cardi
people like
all
me.
Up in her feelings, and that's why she took down her Instagram page. It's people like you.
Oh wait! You said she took down her Instagram page?
You based it off of her selling her body and being.
Dog, the twerk video was ridiculous. Tell me it wasn't. Tell me.
Tip drill
sure, it's ridiculous, but it's like one thing in her entire body of work that she's done. Like I don't.
No. The whole body of work that she's done has included being an adult entertainer. Come on, babe.
Okay, I understand that, but there's more.
Shaking her ass prior to that.
Say it again, Smith.
She's never made a video shaking her ass prior to that.
That's true.
Okay, so we supposed to say that is something to celebrate?
You saying
yes, like of course it is.
Known for doing this. It's a song about shaking ass.
Right.
That's an anthem, and that's like a big deal in down south.
Look. I had to watch the video numerous times to make sure I gravitated to the contact.
Numerous times.
Yeah, numerous. I had to watch it numerous times to make sure I understood the content.
Nobody has to watch that video numerous times.
I had to make sure that I knew before.
I'll probably watched it once or twice.
Okay, I had to watch it a dozen times just to make sure that when I can't
watch 48 minutes of it.
This nigga. All right, look. So transitioning from what Cardi B did, congrats, Cardi. We clap for you. We celebrate you. You did your thing. Despite what the naysayers say, you had. Fuck. I gotta.
You'll be a Cardi fan before the end of this year, guarantee it.
Look, I'm a Cardi fan. I'm a Cardi fan now. I like Cardi. I'm a fan. My thing is this though. How do you look at it from the Nicki Minaj perspective of Nicki never won a Grammy? She's been in the game probably a decade longer than Cardi, and she's feeling a type of way, and now she's starting to attack people who are defending Cardi getting her just due. How do y'all feel about Nicki right now?
Nicki been doing that since Cardi came out. The same thing. It's such a broken record now. We know your feelings hurt because somebody's out here like coming for your spot because you've been the one in the spot by default for like 10 years and clearly ain't made enough leverage. Clearly has not made enough strides in that spot to hold on to it. Or to even, like, there's no reason that there should be a Cardi versus Nicki situation. If anything, they should be working together. Right. Easy. Like, Nicki's just...
All the male rappers coexist, so I don't know why they always pin the female rappers.
Nah, see, that's the thing, Smith. Be honest for a minute. Male artists do not coexist. They always take jabs at each other. You got Jacquees saying that. Hold on. You got Jack. Hold on.
The only people who don't continue to make music are the ones who like sad and sit in their corners and don't continue with their hustle. Like, there's no reason that Nicki can't continue to make good music. I think she's feeling threatened, and everything that she's producing right now is terrible. Because she's focused on trying to defend herself as opposed to just doing what she does well.
Okay. So
before, let me
this is he go hop on the back. I can't even fucking speak on my podcast.
This is the last thing.
No, you can't. Be quiet.
Cardi B, she posted all the congratulations from all types of female artists, from rap to R&B. I'm talking about people that have been in the game for years. Like, she even state in her caption, like, these women been acknowledging me and supporting me before my success. And everybody congratulated her. That's a female rapper that's relevant now, besides Nicki Minaj. I just think she's bitter. She need to let it go. Y'all say y'all squashed the beef, but I can still tell there's something there.
Yeah.
Can I speak now, or am I
Sure.
still on mute? Because
I had to
Just
get
for a
this
minute,
out, but
though.
don't let me.
all right, so fuck both of y'all. What I gotta say is this: Nicki Minaj has been running the game while she had no competition for a decade. That's a fact. Okay, Remy Ma, she was gone. Cardi B didn't exist. Foxy, Eve, all these other female artists weren't even active. They're not even active. So with that being said, Nicki had an open lane. I think she got a little too comfortable in that lane. And once she started to see competition come back, she said, oh, you know what? Look at my ass. Let's do an anaconda. Oh, you know what? Look at my titties. Let me do this, the album cover of her album. What's it called, Smith?
I don't know.
See, that's my point. All it is, we'll call it titties. So the album cover is called, Queen. So she's damn near naked on Queen. Like, she never got to a point where I feel like she felt like she had to compete. Now it's time to compete. And she can't do it, or she doesn't feel as if she's going to win. And with that being said,
I don't even feel like she needs to compete, though. She just needs to exist and do.
I was almost done with that thought, but go ahead.
I just don't feel like she needs to compete. She just needs to do what she's doing and do it well.
Let me
address her own fan base.
Let me address what Smith said. He said when you see niggas go at it like this, you do see it, and you see it all the time because people pit J. Cole against Kendrick. At one point, Big Sean was in that conversation. You see people pit people against other people, and now what you're seeing is people pitting themselves against other people. So you got Jacquees saying I'm the king of R&B. You got Tory Lanez saying I'm the king of rap. Like, you got people with social media that are saying these preposterous things because controversy sells, and both of them niggas aren't shit in the industry that they say that they're the kings of. And when I say ain't shit, I mean it's too many other niggas that could compete that would wipe the floor with their ass. So don't tell me that Jacquees is the king of R&B when when Usher is still alive, when Chris Brown is still alive, when you got people that are still living and able and active in the game.
He did. In parentheses, he said, of my generation.
Okay, so is Chris Brown not in that generation?
16 and 25. He's 22 years old, I think.
Yeah,
he's talking about his
wild.
His bracket. That's like saying Jay-Z the best in the 40-year-olds. That's pretty much what he's saying. The people in my age bracket, I'm better than them. That's pretty much what he's saying. And why it took him to get that reaction out of everybody?
Because it was disrespectful. That's all it came down to.
Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all ain't coming out with no fucking classics no more.
It's true.
Y'all had y'all run. Let him talk his shit. Let him have his moment.
Oh, okay. I
think it's fun.
DJ K Slay slash
Fuckmaster
Flex slash C Smith in the building. We appreciate you. We're gonna have to probably mute your mic because you talking bullshit right now. Because at the
I
end
didn't
of
say
the
he
day,
was a king. I said I like him talking shit. Like, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Explain that. Explain that as a fan. Why do you like him talking shit?
You should feel you the best. What the fuck you doing then if you don't feel you good at what you do?
Yeah.
That's
that
like a
good
basketball player not gonna say he trash. He gonna say I think I'm pretty good.
Well, nobody should ever say that they're trash. Like, that's you need to phone a friend and get some help.
You trash. Why you can't say you good? What's wrong with that?
If anything, it'll infuse some energy back into the genre, because for the question to ever even come up, is R&B dead? Like, clearly there's not a lot of momentum in the genre. So somebody has to come and say, well, I'm the best, for anybody even to pick their head up to say it and be like, okay, like, I need to come represent for my brand or whatever.
Okay, because you know what? I agree with I agree with the content of the conversation, but I have to get the shit back focused. So, when it comes back to Nicki, is Nicki wrong for sending out her barbs, as she calls them, or the army of Nicki to attack those who are fans of Cardi? Or as one of the people who I listen to, who I appreciate, Charlamagne the God off the Breakfast Club, he mentioned that, you know, Cardi B's win is not a loss for Nicki, and Nicki's wins are not a loss for Cardi B. So, with that being said, they're independently true. So, with that being said, is it fair that Nicki is talking about going on her Apple iTunes radio, her Barbie radio, whatever the fuck it is, and telling people to go at the opposition? Like, is that
what she did?
Yes.
Said on her podcast.
So like, somebody negatively said something about her. They said something like Cardi B won a Grammy and they're dragging Nicki by her lace front. That's what they said. Nicki got BET. Yeah, BET said that Nicki got mad.
Which is a black network.
Which is a black network, which is
not
owned by blacks.
Not my network.
But a black demographic network. And so then BET apologized, but Nicki already got Wayne on the phone, recorded the conversation, and said we're never doing another BET event again because of what was said by this journalist, by this intern, by this assistant, whoever the fuck it is.
It's that kind of stuff that makes it so nobody wants to fuck with Nicki. Like, really, somebody says something about you, and you're like, well, I just don't fuck with you no more. Like, defend yourself. Use this moment to come out with like some fire shit to get people back on your side. People are talking about you. Like, all press is good press. What are you doing? And that's why people like Cardi and don't like Nicki.
Nicki dropped 2 freestyles recently too, which nobody's talking about at all.
You know why?
Why, Smith?
Because it's not good.
Talk that talk, my nigga. Let's go.
She jumped on one of the hottest songs right now, Tatiana.
And let's go through the lyrics. So she said, I'm a Tatiana. I like to go to Benihana. I call it a Maserana. And I'm eating Lasagna. And I'm like, that's what she said. That's what she said. It was terrible.
I couldn't believe she kept going.
I can't write. Nigga, keep going.
Like, will you stop with the Annas, the Briannas, the Kianas,
the
Briannas? What are you doing?
Mrs.LIP, to Smith's point, she rhymed every bar with Iana. So she could have said your name, Mrs.LIP, and she would have been like Mrs. Lipiana. And then she said Smith name. Smith on the podcast, they see Smithiana. And this is thinking out loud Iana. And it was just garbage.
It's like 2 minutes worth of Ianas at the end.
Exactly. So
that would be so annoying.
So it sounds like
it's so Nicki though, because like you look at how her flow has devolved over the years, and that very much sounds like something she would put out. And I haven't even heard it, but I was like, that sounds like Nicki.
So to Smith's point, he said, you know why? It's because they were garbage. So with that being said, I think we can all agree, Nicki, be yourself, baby. Be yourself. Live your truth, queen. In the words that I've used, to my sis, Jed, you know, one of my sisters, Jed, I said, live your truth, queen. Live your truth. All right?
You're wrong, man.
So with that being said, I want to jump into this last conversation before we get out of here. Look, I'm a nigga. You a nigga, she a nigga. We niggas, we got black faces. Okay? We was born with them. We natural with it. Ain't shit we can do about it, but we enjoy and embrace it because that is who we are. What do y'all think about the people who were not blessed with that which is melanin in their skin, but yet use the shoe polish from CVS to paint their faces black and portray which is the travesty of blackface in America right now? What do y'all think about that? Because Coach, Gucci, Louboutin, Louis Vuitton, I don't give a damn, can't buy none of y'all shit, so I've been boycotting since birth. However, I do believe that something has to be done, or really Nah, now that I think about it, nothing has to be done because at the end of the day, we're not spending our money with you by and large. You got T.I. on Instagram and Twitter talking about, I spent 7 figures on Gucci last year. Nigga, that was your fault. That was on you. He typed it out. He said, I spent 7 figures. That's $1 million on Gucci.
Cash.
On Gucci. That's on you. So when you make your comments, motherfucker, when you make your comments and you tell us to boycott something that we can't even fucking afford as a culture, that's on you. Talk to your rich friends, nigga. Don't talk to us about it. Talk to your friends. So with that being said, I feel like it's a travesty and it's this grandiose little propaganda to put it on Instagram so his thousands or hundreds of thousands of fans can see it. But we looking at each other like, we don't buy the shit no way. So how do y'all feel about this whole cancel culture when it comes to boycotting blackface apparel?
Well, I guess if anything, it's like super depressing that we even have to have a conversation about the current state of blackface in America. Like, it just feels like the kind of thing we should be past. But here we are. But aside from that, I guess
my issue is you say we, but we are educated on it. There are white people who are not. And I give an example. There was somebody at work recently who told me that they were approached by a person who was a colonizer, and they said that what's going on with people. They said, what's going on with black people and being upset about this whole blackface thing? To me, when you say this blackface thing, that means you don't fucking understand what blackface is. So you've never heard, you don't know what Sambo is. You don't know what shucking and jiving is. Say it again, Smith.
It's pure ignorance.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't even think it's ignorance at this point. That shit you should fucking know. Like, there's no excuse about
But the
this.
question
like,
was, how should they know if their lifestyle never touches it? And that's the thing that got to my heart. That's the thing I want to leave us with tonight is, how should white people know, or how should Europeans know? I'm sorry. How should colonizers know that blackface is something that's wrong if they've never been taught that it's wrong, if they've never been introduced to it? Because I've heard motherfuckers call into radio shows, again, Breakfast Club, some I listen to on my way to work, and somebody called in and said, well, what if I want to, let me get my Billy voice on, what if I want to dress up as my favorite NFL player? And the response to that was, wear the fucking helmet and put the jersey on. We'll know who the fuck you are. We'll know who you are. If you want to be Jerome Bettis, nigga, put the helmet on and the jersey. Okay? We will know you're Jerome Bettis. You don't need to get black shoe polish, paint your face, and then wonder why your ass got beat while you was walking on your way to the bus stop. Like, that's how I feel. Let me know how y'all feel.
What I think is this. How do they think how they shouldn't feel, or what you say? What's the question?
The question was, how do we expect them to know? Because the question is really, how do we expect the people to know what the plight is about blackface if they've never been taught it? It's not in school. It's not in the history books that they read, but we've been taught it from birth. We know, I feel like as children, we knew what it was when it came to calling somebody a mammy, or what it was to, as we
we had to learn it from somewhere too. It almost makes me think about other cultures as well. Like, there are people who are Hispanic American families here in this country, and they've had to learn about the culture of America, but there's a lot that we might not know about them. Or people who are Asian American, same thing. They've got their culture. They've been here for a long time. They have to learn everything about us as Americans, or even as black and white people. There's cultures out there who know more about us.
But they don't have to. They don't have to learn.
Yeah, they do have to.
Go ahead, Les Smith. He about to interject. Go ahead, Smith.
I say you're right about that, Tony, but everything we learned happened here. They're here also. So if we know it, they should know the shit.
Oh, I don't.
Blackface happened here.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, no, there's no reason that blackface should be a conversation.
Their culture started it.
Yeah, exactly. That shouldn't be. Nobody should think blackface is okay.
I have a theater background. Like, everybody knew about that in theater class. We talked about it. Everybody that was white, they said they would never do it. Not just because I was in there. They just said
yes, they did.
they already know the history.
They were scared. They saw the nigga in the room.
They probably would be as emphatic about it if you weren't in the room.
Do you see us dressing in whiteface? So,
but that was a question that came up.
They should know.
But that was a question. The question came up and said, "Well, what about Marlon Wayans and his brother doing white girls or white chicks or whatever? And what about when Jamie Foxx? What about when Jamie Foxx would dress up as the white Ted Koppel? Or what about when Martin would dress up as the white guy? Dave Chappelle, Bixby. Like you know, what about all these characters that black people portray as white?" And the argument that they gave was so weak to me. But the thing that resonated with me was something that, again, I heard, which was the oppressor can never disrespect or try to humiliate or be funny about the oppressed. But it's not the same in reverse. Meaning, we still are in a culture where racism is alive and well. Jussie Smollett, you know, the situations that occur for us being alive, for us just existing, we should never be in a position where we feel nervous or uncomfortable about making fun of who the historically oppressive people are. Now, with that being said, there's a lot of arguments that say, well, that was my grandparents or that was my great-grandparents. Like, that's not me. I'm just dressed in all black with a dog chained to a fucking leash because I want to be Michael Vick for Halloween. Like, that to me is not the equivalent of what it means to say this is blackface versus this is playing a character. So what I want to leave y'all with is, or really ask y'all as we close this out, do you believe with this whole, and I don't know if y'all saw it, did you see the ad that occurred with the it was like a turtleneck with a mouth that came up with big red legs?
It's called a balaclava. These actually exist. It was the styling of the piece that had like a red rim around it. It was like all black and had red rim around the mouth. Okay,
so it looked like big red lips around a black face. Then they started showing other pieces of apparel that people have worn and people have sold that look like they could be similar. The whole mammy look, the Sambo look. So with that being said, do y'all agree with this current culture of basically cancel, mute, boycott, blah, blah, blah? Can we effectively make change doing that? Or are we basically over-exaggerating and reaching for some shit to distract us from what we need to be focusing on? I want to leave y'all both with that question. Smith, I want to let you go first.
What do we need to be focused on?
Well, that's the question. Do we even need to give this attention, or do we need to just not buy the shit? If you weren't buying it anyway, what's the point in boycotting?
Well, you need to put people on awareness that isn't familiar with what's going on, like dumbasses like Floyd Mayweather.
And tell the people what he did. Tell the people what he did.
On the spot and still said, I do what the fuck I want.
I'm still buying Gucci. And he dropped them bags. And he dropped them bags on Gucci on purpose.
He's the same guy that said he believed in, what he say, all lives matter. It's the same dumbass that can't read. Like, he's just a dumb motherfucker. Like, I don't know why people still support him. Go see his boring ass fucking boxing matches. It's a piece of shit. So anybody else that agrees with him, I feel as though it's just lost cause.
All right. And then we're going to close it out with Mrs.LIP. Mrs.LIP, what you think?
So I think in our current culture, there's two types of currency. There's social currency, and then there's like cash currency. So if you spend money with these companies, you can speak and take a stand with your dollar. If you don't spend money with them already, and it's something you feel strongly about, you can use your social currency to impact them. Absolutely. Absolutely think that you can. How much time you should spend on that, you got to think about your own personal influence. Like, is that something that you're going to be able to make a difference on? And if you can, then move on.
Well, damn it, I couldn't have said it better myself. From both of y'all, I want to appreciate you. I want to tell you how much I said I appreciate you. I want to thank you and tell you how much I appreciate you. This is TOLPcast.com. This is the new home for all the content. It's Thinking Out Loud. This is what we do. Meaning, and I'm honestly saying, we're thinking a thought, we're talking about it out loud. Thinking Out Loud. So there's no offense to be given to anybody. This is a disclaimer. We love everyone. We appreciate everyone. God bless you all. God bless the family. And with that being said, Tony does her podcast every Tuesday at 7 p.m. So she's about to get ready for that.
Yep.
C. Smith is making beats, instrumentals, fucking classics every day. So get ready for that.
About to get back into it, actually.
And Propellerhead, I forgive you because you finally gave me my fucking registration code so I can install Reason on my PC.
Good to hear.
And I'm back, bitch. So with that being said, this is Thinking Out Loud. It's your boy J.Lip. It's my brother C. Smith. It's my wife, Mrs.LIP. And we are out. But I will also say...
Oh, come on, man.
I will also say, this is the 100th episode. I don't give a fuck. We out here, and we still doing it. We gonna keep doing it.